Engine clumped and clattered as he went to the end of the pit lane, so Richard Westbrook's Porsche is a retirement. And there's still some great action going out on track here as the Jones brothers Mercedes runs wide to let the second place BMW by, but also it's in danger of losing the class lead now because Ludovic Badet has taken over the number 20 Ferrari and he's absolutely flying, and now Ludovic Badet leads in Pro-Am Cup as they come through the bus stop. Joneses and Mike Jordan, I think, will still be pretty chuffed with the podium, but they're not going to give up without a fight, that's for sure. The BMW Z4, 49th on the grid, running in second place, and look at the pace of Ludovic Badet in the Ferrari 458, unlapping himself off the second placed car going into La Source. We're into the last 45 minutes of the Spa 24 Hours. Timo Scheider brings the leading car down the pit lane, and the Belgian driver Greg Franchi is standing by ready to take over. It would be a nice touch, I think, the Belgian team to put the Belgian driver in for the last stint, but Timo Scheider has been out there for quite a chunk now behind the wheel of the car. He knows exactly what it's doing, he knows exactly what the track conditions are like. Greg Franchi steps forward and says to Timo, do you want me to take over, or are you good to go another 45 minutes? And the answer is, I'll stay in the car, thank you very much. So the Belgian driver thought he might get the chance to take the checkered flag. As it turns out, it's going to be the German Timo Scheider who will bring it home. Edward Sandstrom here, pressing on in second place. Now 3 laps behind the race leader, but this has been a fantastic effort by the Need for Speed Team Schubert squad. The BMW Z4, another car that has run without missing a beat. Timo Scheider back into the race now.
Dr. Ulrich, it's been quite the 24 hours for the two teams. You must be proud.
Yeah, until now it's running good, but there is another more than half an hour to go. And I have really learned that 24 hours not over before the real end. Therefore, okay, we're in 2 good positions at present. The car number 33 is in the lead, and the car number 32 is at present in 4th place. Tries to catch up for 3rd, which I think is theoretically even very difficult, but you never know what happens. Important that there is no issue coming, that the guys that are in the cars just take it safe and drive it home.
Now this is the battle for 3rd place, the delayed 32 in the hands of Felipe Albuquerque, coming now right onto the tail of the 3rd placed Mercedes. Thomas Jäger at the wheel of it. The Audi is caught up, the gap coming down and down. However, the suggestion is that the Audi might have to yet make a splash and dash, and if it does, that'll take the pressure off the Black Falcon team. So into the bus stop they come. Thomas Jäger in the Mercedes SLS AMG carries on, and the Audi's coming into the pit lane. You can feel the relief, can't you, of the Black Falcon squad, because that now secures the Mercedes in 3rd position, and Felipe Albuquerque comes down the pit road for another splosh of fuel. That car then is going to be bound for 4th, and so Mercedes for 3rd. You're looking here at the car leading the Gentleman Trophy, Matthias Harkemer driving the Level Racing Porsche, having inherited the lead from this, the 124 Milner Motorsport car that's lost a lot of time with damaged bodywork after it went off the road, but also at early hours of the morning it had a very lengthy gearbox problem to sort out. Sebastian Ash at the wheel, and there, number 63 is the Alex Buncombe, Jordan Tresson, Chris Ward Nissan 370Z, which is on target for a win in GT4. We're into the last 3 minutes of the Spa 24 Hours. What a race it's been, full of drama, full of talking points, and full of cars. 62 starters, and for the first time in the event's history, GT3 and GT4 slugging it out, and also for the first time in the history of the event, it's going to be an Audi win. The formation finish, look up towards the checkered flag. Audi wins the Spa 24 Hours. Timo Scheider, Matthias Ekstrom and Greg Franchi, the drivers. The Audi R8 LMS wins. Coming across the line behind in 4th place, the Stefano Ortelli, Felipe Albuquerque and Bert Langin car. And also creeping into the picture there was number 98 of Andrea Piccini, Mike Rockenfeller and Marcel Fassler. That was well placed early on before the gearbox problem set in, and that finishes 14th. Matthias Ekstrom then takes a 24-hour win, clambers down from the pit wall. Timo Scheider is absolutely delighted. The winning margin, 2 laps at the end of the 24 Hours of Spa. For the first time in the event's history, it is a win for Audi. It's a 2nd win in the event for Timo Scheider, however. He's now won for Maserati, and he's won for Audi. We'll look at the full results in a moment or two, but to make the point that it's Audi from BMW from Mercedes in the top three. Those cars also lock out the top three in the Pro Cup, and three different brands, three different German brands no less, in the top three places in the Spa 24. So let's confirm the results. After 545 gruelling laps, it's a win for the Audi in the hands of Matthias Ekstrom, Greg Franchi and Timo Scheider. Second, the BMW Z4, driven by Dirk Werner, Edward Sandstrom and Claudia Hertgen. And third, the Black Falcon run Mercedes SLS of Kenneth Heyer, Thomas Jäger and Stefan Lemaire. In fourth, after its delays early on in the race, Felipe Albuquerque, Bert Langer and Stefan Ortelli's Audi, with fifth going the way of the surviving Vita 4-1 Ferrari of Matteo Bobbi, Frank Kekler and Giacomo Petrobelli. Sixth is the car that wins the Pro-Am Cup, Ludovic Badet, Franck Morel, Guillaume Moreau and Jean-Luc Bobelic, ahead of David and Godfrey Jones and Mike Jordan, second in Pro-Am Cup in the Mercedes. Finishing in eighth place, back to the Pro Cup, Jan Claret, Julian Rodriguez and Pierre Bryce Maynard. Ninth to a car that had its dramas, but a great effort put in by Matt Griffith, Nicky Kadai, Marco Ciocci and Jack Gerber. And the top 10 rounded out by Jeroen de Boer, Simon Knapp and David Hart in the BMW Z4 after at least three spins that we could account for. 11th, the Ford GT of Jonathan Hershey, Marcus Pautela and Antoine Leclerc, ahead of the Mercedes of Lebed, Curtis van der Kolk and Van den Heuvel, 27 laps down on the overall race winner. United Autosports had a fairly checkered time, but car 23 made it home in 13th place for Richard Dean, Zach Brown, Johnny Herbert and Stephanie Hansen, and 14th after its problems with its gearbox for Andrea Piccini, Marcel Fassler and Mike Rockenfeller's Audi. Fred Makovici, Henri Moser and Steph Dusseldorp 15th, ahead of Vantoor, Richkes, Van Oranje and Ratterer. In 17th was the Gentleman Trophy winning Porsche of Brudkuren, Corton, Herkimer and Dujardin, ahead of the car that chased it, Rich Bergmeister, Asch and Krumbach with their Milner Motorsport Porsche. In 19th place, the United Autosports Audi of Arie Luyendyk, Alain Lee, Richard Mines and Henri Richard, and Ecurie Cos, Oliver Bryant, Alistair McCaig, Andrew Smith and Joe Twyman come home 20th. A great effort after misfires and ECU problems and a long slog to raise the budget just to get the car in the race in the first place. After that, the Richard Westbrook Porsche, as you saw, went up in flames, but it was 21st on distance ahead of the GT4 winning Nissan in the hands of Jordan Tresson, Alex Buncombe and Chris Ward. The surviving McLaren comes home 25th of Adam Christodoulou, Glyn Geddy, Phil Quaife and the Kiwi Roger Wills. If you look down the results, you can see where the BMW M3 finished second in GT4, 27th overall. The Mark BDS Racing Team's Ford Mustang behind it. And there are quite a few teams with a better result maybe than they expected. Plenty of teams with a far worse outcome to the 24 Hours of Spa than they would have wished for. But the perfect result for Timo Scheider, Matthias Ekstrom and Greg Franchi for Audi Sport Team WRT, the Belgian Audi Club. It's a victory in the 24 Hours of Spa and an absolutely dominant display. 4 Audis in the Pro Cup, 3 had problems. That one never missed a beat. Well, Timo Scheider knows what it's like to win in the Spa 24 Hours, but this makes another piece of history for Audi, because for the first time in the company's illustrious history, many achievements in motor racing, it now adds its name to the winners of the Spa 24 Hours.
Timo, congratulations. We spoke earlier. You did say there's still a little bit of way to go, but here you are taking the overall win.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling. I just said it to the guys over the radio. The WRT guys did an awesome job doing that for the first time. Just 2 years in the GT Championship. So a fantastic job from them. The car, the R8 LMS, was just fabulous to drive, and it was an amazing weekend for all of us.
Thank you, Timo.
You're welcome.
So Timo Scheider goes to celebrate a victory. He'll be joined by Matthias Ekstrom and Greg Franchi very soon. And as the drivers make their way up onto the top step of the podium, the 2005 winner, Timo Scheider, then returns to the top step of the Spa 24-hour podium. But a great reception for Greg Franchi as the trophies are now handed over by Francois Connelly, the president of the Royal Automobile Club of Belgium, to Scheider, Franchi and Ekstrom. A race full of drama, full of incident. The top 3 teams on the podium, also the top 3 in the Pro Cup. Audi ahead of BMW, ahead of Mercedes, but fourth in class. The second of the Team WRT Audis of Albuquerque, Longchamp and Ortelli, ahead of Matteo Bobbi, Frank Kechler and Giacomo Petrobelli. With sixth, despite being in the gravel, Jan Claret, Julian Rodriguez and Pierre-Brice Mena, the team recovering well after the gravelly moment. Seventh to the Mark VDS Racing Team 4GT, eighth after the gearbox woes, Fessler, Piccini and Rockenfeller, Fred Makovici, Henri Moser and Steph Dusseldorf in ninth in class despite the power steering and contact they suffered late in the race, with Olivier Prat, Julien Juste and Patrice Gouillard 10th in the Pro Cup. Dramas though for the number 9 Porsche with a damaged radiator and then the car ultimately retiring. That was the car that won at Monza, and so the championship is going to be very interesting with points scored after 6, 12 and 24 hours, and with the teams heading next to the evening race at the French circuit of Magny-Cours. The championship is wide open, and that promises to be another superb race in this inaugural season of the Blancpain Endurance Series. Difficult to predict the race winners, but in the end, it was Audi, it was Timo Scheider, Matthias Ekström and Greg Franchi that came through for victory for Team WRT. It's been a fantastic race, and there's more to come in the Blancpain Endurance Series. From Spa, from David Addison and Hayley Coxon, for now, it's goodbye.